It's late at night and George is deep into his favorite competitive multiplayer game. In the back of his mind, he knows he should have gone to bed earlier, as tomorrow he has to go to work, and he's already been gaming the entire day. But he brushes off all those thoughts aside as he just wants one more win. Fortnite. George doesn't play this game for fun, he plays it to win, to feel fulfilled, to feel valuable. But in reality, once he has to turn the game off, he is nothing without it. Still, he wants to be something more than just his character in the game. George wants to be something outside of the virtual world. He wants to be fit. He wants to be productive. He wants to be admired. But every time George gets that gaming itch, he ends up playing for degenerate hours.
So should George quit gaming entirely or moderate by taking gradual steps towards limiting his play? Think about this. How would you answer this question? In 2018, we did a study where we asked 186 gamers to stop playing for 7 days as an experiment.
Hell no!
And the results were quite surprising. Of those who were successful, 48% wanted to quit entirely and 45% wanted to control their use. Of those who weren't successful, 54% wanted to quit entirely and 36% wanted to control their use. So should George quit gaming entirely or moderate by taking gradual steps towards limiting his gaming? Your first instinct was to probably think that George should quit cold turkey. But is that his only option, or is that even his goal? Before anything else, you need to clarify your goal. Do you want to quit entirely, or do you want to play in moderation? So right now, open up Notepad or grab a notebook and write down what your goal is. According to some studies, 42% of people who write down their goals achieve them faster than those who didn't. If your goal is to quit entirely, then check the link in the description for my guide on how to quit gaming cold turkey in 30 days. George's goal, however, was to play in moderation, which brings us to step 2. Set your boundaries. George realized the games he loved the most in his life were single-player games. For him, they were like art, and he could put them down and do the important things in life without problems. So he stopped playing Fortnite, Halo, and Call of Duty and focused on single-player games instead. This is about setting yourself up for success by defining your boundaries and your limits. For your boundaries, you want to consider things like, when will you play? Like what time of day and on what days specifically? Also, what will you play? What games are okay and what games are not? What about streams? For me, chess is okay, World of Warcraft is not. And why will you play? What's your motivation? Are you playing to compete and be the best, or just compress a little bit after work for the day? Changing the desire behind why you play can help you reduce the need to play longer than you want to. So here's an example in action. You'll play some co-op games with friends on the weekend for 2 to 3 hours to be social, and that's it. No gaming during the week when you have school and other things to focus on. And now point 3, how will you know to be successful? Ultimately, it doesn't matter what your goal is or the action you take, it matters if it's successful or not. You have to hold yourself accountable in some way, and you are the only person who can do this. What gets measured gets managed. So how can you measure your gaming in a way that helps you recognize if it's going well or if you have adjustments to make? To do this, I recommend to journal every day. It only takes 5 minutes and could be an easy way to start healthier habits. Here's how you do it. Sit down and set a timer for 5 minutes. The theme is gaming. Write down what's on your mind. Just free flow. You can also use a question like, how is gaming serving your life? And how is it causing issues? What adjustments do you need to make? To get started journaling, you can create your own on the Game Quarters forum or join the Discord and reflect on there. So now you are armed with more clarity and structure and accountability. You have new tools to break free from gaming controlling your life and instead become that fit, productive, and admired version of yourself you desire. Unfortunately, these alone might not be enough to fully succeed, and there are 5 common challenges people face on this journey. So to overcome them, watch this video.